Hi, I'm Corey, founder of Neuron. A single missed call can cost you a patient worth thousands. Let me show you the custom AI voice receptionist we build and run for you, how it answers and books around the clock, how it learns from your team, and how we keep it safe. Let me show you the single most expensive thing your phone does every day, and the custom AI receptionist we built to fix it. Here's the moment that decides your week. A brand new patient is calling, and it's after hours, or the lunch rush, or every line is already ringing. Your front desk is buried, so the call rings out to voicemail, and most callers never leave one. They just dial the next clinic on the list. That is not a $0 event. A single new patient is worth thousands in lifetime value. So a missed call is a fraction of a high value relationship walking out the door. Here's exactly what fixes that. An AI voice receptionist answers your phone in a natural voice, qualifies the caller, books on your real calendar, and hands anything clinical or sensitive to a human around the clock. Let me walk you through one real call. The moment the phone rings, after hours, it picks up in under a second. It greets them in your practice's name, works out why they called, and asks the qualifying questions your team would ask. Then it reads your live availability and books straight into the same calendar your front desk uses and writes the patient into your CRM. Booked. The 8 p.m. call that used to die in voicemail is now a patient on the schedule, and you never lifted a finger. And the most important step is the one it doesn't take. The moment a caller is upset, asks a clinical question, or hits anything outside its playbook, it hands off to a person with the full context. Now, why custom built? Because most voice receptionists are one template wearing 1,000 business names, and your front desk is not generic. Your scheduling software, your insurance rules, your treatment menu, the questions your callers actually ask, those are yours alone. Here's how the options really compare. We build it from how your best front desk person already handles a call. Wire it into the systems you already run, and we manage it. It's not handed over and forgotten. Who gets the most from this? Anywhere a missed call is expensive, and the phones get missed at predictable times. Dental clinics, where a new patient call is worth thousands, and the front desk is buried at the worst moments. Med spas, where treatment and membership inquiries are high ticket, and a caller who reaches voicemail simply books with the next listing. Home services companies, where a failed furnace call will never leave a voicemail. They call the next number. And any appointment-driven clinic, where a booked appointment is the unit of revenue and a ringing phone is a buying signal. Now, the part most vendors are vague about, on purpose, how it learns. Here's the honest version, because it's the whole reason one agent keeps working and another gets switched off. First, what it is not. It does not secretly retrain a model on your calls. Near patient data, that raises privacy questions you do not want. What it actually does is concrete, and it gets sharper the more you use it. 3 loops. Your corrections become reusable examples. Outcomes drive human-approved playbook revisions, and errors tighten the guardrails. You correct it once, a human approves the change, and it remembers. That's why this is a managed service, not software you buy and abandon. It gets better at your phones every single week. Which brings up the question every serious practice owner asks before they let anything answer their phone. Is it safe? We engineer for that from day one. A human stays in the loop on everything that matters. The agent handles the greeting, the qualifying, and the booking, but the moment something is clinical or sensitive, it escalates to a person with the full call. Safety isn't bolted on at the end. It's 3 things built into the core: guardrails that keep it in its lane, a human in the loop, and real security. with HIPAA support, a signed business associate agreement, and your data isolated per practice. Before you buy anything, ours included, ask every vendor these 5 questions. They separate an agent that earns its keep from an expensive, switched off experiment. Does it escalate to a human cleanly, always? Does it book into your real calendar and CRM? Is it built for your practice or a template? Will the vendor sign a BAA? And is it managed and tuned or handed over? Then follow the one rule that beats any feature list. Start narrow. Point it at your single most painful call gap, usually overflow and after hours. Run it 30 days and watch one number. Prove that, then widen it. So here's the real difference this makes. Not in theory, but in your day. Before, calls ring out. New patients quietly book elsewhere, and you find out when the schedule comes up light. After, every call answered, the calendar filling itself, and your front desk freed for the patients in the room. More booked patients, a front desk that isn't drowning, and a first impression that says you're the practice that actually picks up. That's the custom AI voice receptionist. It answers every call, books on your real calendar, escalates anything clinical to a person, learns from your corrections, and keeps your patient's data safe. We build it for your front desk, and we run it for you. If you want to see one built on your picture life after the system, every call answered, every lead booked, and your team finally free for the work only people can do. That's Neuron. Let's build yours.